Hello, everybody. We are here to interview Baerten as part of the second International Mindful Eating Day that the Center of Mindful Eating is organizing. Baerten, she's the Vice President of the Center of Mindful Eating. Thank you so much, Caroline, for being here with us today. It's an honor for us to get to know you a little bit better. Before interviewing her, I'd like you to have a little bit of background about Caroline. She's the founder of MENU in the Center of Mindful Eating and Nutrition in the heart of Europe, Brussels. She works as a mindfulness-based nutritionist and researcher, and integrative psychotherapy she's also a qualified chef. She's the first certified mindful eating conscious living teacher worldwide, and offers additionally mindfulness-based stress reductions and mindfulness self-compassion courses to her clients. Since 2012, she has created an international platform of mindful eating teachers in Europe, and in her institute, mindful eating trainings programs are facilitated for European healthcare professionals, and mentoring in mindful eating is offered throughout e-coaching. And she's part of several projects where the impact of mindful eating have on health, well-being, ecology, and also studies. So hello, Caroline. How are you doing today?
Oh, wonderful. It's lovely to see you, Cuca. So it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for this time. You know, we are celebrating today the second International Mindful Eating Day, and the theme for this Mindful Eating Day is nourishing the mindful eating practice. And part of that is compassionate curiosity. You being a teacher of compassion and also portraying or embodying compassion yourself, can you please tell us a little bit more, what is compassionate curiosity?
I love this word, compassionate curiosity, and it's something I use very often in the mindful eating courses I offer. And how I see it is there are two words, there's compassion and there's curiosity. And actually compassion and curiosity are two qualities. They address two different aspects. If you look at curiosity, curiosity is in a way something more mental. It's you bring your attention towards something, and the quality you use if you pay attention to something, food on your plate, for example, your thoughts or your emotions or physical sensations, you can do it in an open way, with openness, with curiosity. You want to learn, you want to understand what is going on. Or you can, if you do it in the opposite way, you can pay attention in a more judgmental way, and that's closed. You're actually not really interested in what is really going on. So curiosity has to do with openness, allowing what is there. And then if you look at compassion, compassion is another quality, another way of paying attention or noticing what is going on. And compassion is a heart quality. It's something that happens in the heart. Instead of curiosity, it's more mind activity. So the heart opens up if we come in contact with an object, if we come in contact with our own experiences, physical experience or emotional experiences. And compassion is if we look into the Buddhist scriptures, compassion is one of the 4 heart qualities. The first one is kindness, and kindness is more like a general aspect. We can come in contact with something, what is going on, in a kind way. And compassion is when there is suffering, and then our heart wants to relieve that suffering. So, and the third quality that we can identify is joy. We can also come in contact with food or with ourselves or with another person in a joyful way. And the third heart quality that the Buddhist scriptures learn us is equanimity. So there is stillness in the heart. We are in balance.
And they all seem to be very linked to each other, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We all need that.
Yeah. So how can it compassionate curiosity help us with our mindful eating practice?
Yes, that's a good question. And in the center I'm running, I see on a daily basis a lot of patients and clients, and they're suffering. They're suffering in their relationship with food and eating. And the first thing I learn them is just to allow what is there. And that's already a challenge, because most people have a very judgmental, very critical relationship with themselves, but also with food. There's good food, there's bad food, there's healthy food, there's unhealthy food. So this kind of dualistic thinking is very much present. So if you can bring the quality of curiosity into our experience with food and our experience with our thoughts and emotions and physical sensations, the body, then already there is an aspect of equanimity into play. And the next step is then opening up the heart, so the heart has a chance. We are actually, through curiosity, setting the condition for compassion. If there is no acceptance, even like a slight acceptance of what is going on, compassion has never the opportunity to arise. So compassion is, could almost say, is the next step. And compassion is basically addressing not only the experience, what is going on, but more the experiencer, the person who observes what is going on. If, for example, the critical voice is talking and saying, this is good, this is bad, or you look ugly, you're not good enough, etc., then compassion has a very important role to play, because the experiencer, the person who is attacked by the critical voice, even if it is your own critical voice, is suffering. So compassion is necessary at that very moment.
Yes. And can you tell us how can we bring compassionate curiosity into our table?
Well, curiosity is basically asking yourself, what is going on? What do I notice at this very moment? And what do I notice with my senses? What do I see? What do I smell? What do I taste in the mouth? What kind of textures are there? Or are there thoughts? Are there feelings? What do I experience in my body? So curiosity helps us to ask questions. And curiosity is a way to return to the present moment. Because if you're eating on automatic pilot, then your mind is somewhere else. We are thinking about the past, or we are thinking about the future. If we think about the future, then there's a chance we are setting the conditions that fear and anxiety can arise. If we think about the past, we might set the conditions that depression can arise, or grief, or sorrow. So if we can ask ourselves, at this very moment, what is going on? What do I notice with my senses? We are in the present moment, we are here and now. And then we also have the opportunity to bring change in our life, to break the chains of the automatic pilot, to step out of this judgmental, critical thinking. And we set the conditions for joy, we set the conditions for happiness, we set the conditions basically for freedom, because that is the purpose of mindfulness and mindful eating, to become free. And if you look at compassion, as I said before, it's not only observing and noticing what is experienced, am I experiencing, what am I noticing, but also what is the observer experiencing? How do I feel at this very moment? And so it is observing what is going on with kindness. And if there is suffering in that situation, we can also cultivate the quality of compassion and acknowledging, oh, this is suffering, or this is stress, or this hurts, and then also realize that we're all human beings, and this is part of, you know, our human existence, and that maybe a lot of people at that very moment are experiencing similar things, or that, you know, other people have experienced what I'm experiencing at that very moment. So realizing that we're not alone in that experience. So I see bringing compassionate curiosity to the table is basically loving what there is. It's embracing, it's surrendering in that very moment.
Thank you so much. It's so important what you are sharing with us right now. Just to finish, Caroline, one personal tip from your own experience that you can give us to put compassionate curiosity in mind, but from your personal experience.
Yeah, well, for me, it's a bit like a mantra, and it's basically stopping, landing, responding. And it's very simple. I just try to bring simplicity in my life, and maybe that's what we all need in our society, to bring more simplicity. So stopping for a moment, and that means stepping out of the past, stepping out of the future, and then landing in this very moment, in this present moment. And that means returning to the body, returning to the breathing, and just feeling the comfort. Oh, there is, even in this stressful moment, there is still the breath, there is still a heartbeat. I'm alive. And then noticing with curiosity, what kind of thoughts are going on? What kind of feelings do I notice? And then we have also I notice that then I have the freedom to respond with kindness, or with compassion, or with joy, or with equanimity, whatever is needed. Or I can respond with a good sense of humor, and that's also a way to counteract frustration or anger. Or I can respond with gratitude as an antidote for judgmental thinking. So it's stopping, landing in this very moment in the body, and then responding in whatever way is possible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your wisdom, for your compassionate words. It's a very important ingredient in mindful eating, is compassionate curiosity. So thank you as well for your work and for the Center for Mindful Eating.